Sports, the home of the Blues and Cardinals.
On a Tuesday night in Oakland, California, it's time for Cardinals baseball. We meet you at the Oakland Coliseum for Game 2 of our 3-game series between the Cardinals and the A's. The Redbirds, with a win tonight, could win this series outright before we head home on Friday night. Hi again, friends. Chip Carey, Brad Thompson, Jim Hayes will be along in a moment. Before we talk about baseball, this is, of course, a very somber day in Cardinal Nation. We lost Whitey Herzog at the age of 92 today. For me, Brad, he was the manager of my generation in St. Louis, and a highlight for me was seeing him on opening day this year. And needless to say, opening day at Busch Stadium will never be the same without him.
Yeah, there is no question. And our condolences to his family, to all of Cardinal Nation, all of the players that played for him, because that's one of the things that resonates the most with me is the love that he had for his players and the love that his players had and have for Whitey Herzog. Truly an incredible man.
So let's remember the White Rat, Whitey Herzog, who passed away at the age of 92.
Well, I just don't know what to say. It's just hit me kind of quick here, and we're very happy about it. And just so we could bring a world championship to St. Louis, and for the greatest guy in the world, Mr. Busch.
When something like this happens to you, you say to yourself, how did this happen? And then you start thinking about all the people, good people you work with, all the good people you work for, all the good coaches that work for you. And I'm not here because I'm a player. I'm here because of managing. And I had a lot of good players play for me. None of this would happen if it hadn't been for illustrious people that just helped me. I was a 17-year-old, 5'10", 150-pound outfielder from New Athens, Illinois. Wasn't a very good player, but I did get 9 years in the big leagues, and there was only 16 teams and 50-some minor leagues, and I got my pension. And you know, when you have something like this happen to you, you got a great family, and the reason I got out of baseball when I did, I wanted to spend a little time with them, and I certainly didn't think I could find another Gussie Busch. Every question that anybody asks me is this: what's it feel like to be a Hall of Famer? Being elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York, is like going to heaven before you die.
The Athletics, St. Louis won 3-1 yesterday, and today we celebrate the birthday of Nolan Arenado, Brad, who is on a nice roll, so much so he's today's Kia player profile.
I would say the birthday boy has heated up here as of late. Look at the last 4 games, 7 for 17. That home run in Arizona, he's driven in 4 with a pair of doubles. Let's see more of that for the birthday boy, Nolan Arenado,
who turns 33 years young today here in Oakland. Let's see what he and the Cardinals have in store as they'll try to win one for Whitey. Cardinals defense has been excellent. The offense coming around. Maybe some stolen bases are in store for us as the Redbirds try to win a series outright against the Athletics with Lance Lynn on the mound in Game 2. Lineups and first pitch are coming up next. This Bud's for you by BJC Healthcare and by your quality Ford dealers. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 47 years. Chip and Brad back with you in Oakland. The A's, a real classy gesture moments ago, had a moment of silence for Whitey Herzog, who left us far too soon at the age of 92. Statements have come from all across Major League Baseball honoring his great legacy, not just as a baseball manager and general manager and player, but a member of Cardinals Nation. Whitey's passing affected nobody more than perhaps Willie McGee, who was really shook up today, and understandably so.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the love that Willie and that everybody that had the opportunity to be around and certainly play for Whitey Herzog, they just love their manager, know the love that he had for them. So a tough day for everyone in Cardinal Nation and in baseball for the Hall of Famer Whitey Herzog.
I'm sorry, Brad. So let's see if Ollie Squad can win one for our beloved skipper, who was with us on opening day in St. Louis, a memory we will certainly all cherish tonight and going forward. The Ford starting lineup, let's see if the runs can increase. The Cards have been stuck on 3 for the last several games. The magic number's been 4, Brad. When they get to 4, the Cardinals are 5-1 so far on the season.
Well, maybe J.P. Sears can give the Cardinals a little something. Look at the numbers in his 3 starts, a 5.17 ERA, 6 walks, 7 Ks. But coming off of a really good outing last time out, he took a no-hitter into the 7th against the Rangers. Look at the arsenal. Loves that sweeper-sinker combo.
And his first of the game is in there for a strike for Brendan Donovan. 68 degrees, almost perfect weather for the Cardinals and A's for Game 2 tonight. Some dappled sunshine in the outfield here at the Oakland Coliseum. This one lifted to the left side. Toro and Hernandez drift out. It'll be the shortstop Hernandez who makes the play, and Donovan is retired to start the game. 1 up, 1 down. Partner, what's key for the Birds here in game 2?
Well, right here for Whitey, it's make him proud, right? Play the style of baseball that Whitey would love to see, and he wanted to just see his guys play hard. And you expect that out of this ball club all the time. So see if they can make Whitey proud, because you know he's watching.
Paul Goldschmidt is 0 for 3, but scored a run last night in this series. Goldie batting 183. Sears last year had a rough year. That's not surprising for an Oakland club that lost 112 games. JP went 5-14, but made 32 starts.
Yeah, well, nobody else came close to that. The next closest was Waldchuk, who had 22 starts. They believe that another year for him is going to be big. I mean, think about that. Your first big league season, he got traded over from the Yankees in that Frankie Montas deal. That you're coming into a rough situation anyhow. To be able to take the ball every 5th day, it's a great learning experience for him.
2 quick strikes for Goldie. And this one poked into right at Butler. Glasses gleaming for him. He hardly had to move, and quickly 2 men are out. So the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's defense for the Athletics, it's been a lot better of late. They made 13 errors in their first 5 games, just 3 errors since. Toro's a powerfully built third baseman. Ryan Noda on the corner at first base, and McCann behind the plate. We'll get our first look at him in this series for Mark Kotze and his Oakland Athletics. Here's Wilson Contreras. Check swing, didn't mean to, and Sears will breeze through the first inning. He gets the Cardinals on just 6 pitches. That'll make any manager happy. Let's see what Lance Lynn does for Ollie Marmol in a scoreless first. Cardinals turn to Lance Lynn to start against the Oakland A's, looking for his first win in his return in a Redbird uniform.
Yeah, I would say so far so good for Lance Lynn. Look at the pitch arsenal. The 4-seam fastball cutter combo, uses that a lot. I mean, it is all hard when it comes to Lance Lynn. He goes right after the opposition. He's been racking up the strikeouts. He's got 18 of those in his 13 2/3 innings. And he actually has nice weather for a change. He's been a guy out in the rain for a couple of his starts.
He'll start with Abraham Toro and delivers a fastball for a strike. That's not a surprise. Dan Hyatt, our great stat man, told us that Lance Lynn now 248 total pitches, 218 fastballs.
And then it does count, obviously it counts his cutter
right,
as well, which he leans on as a secondary pitch. Yeah, he attacks with that thing, and it's also kind of an effectively wild pitch, because he doesn't just pour in strikes all the time, but the opposition knows he's coming.
Little tapper up the middle, and the peg to first is going to be in time to get Toro. Mason Wynn with a strong arm, and Lynn, who gets a lot of ground balls when he's right, has one atop the A's Ford starting lineup. This is a club that we mentioned last night. Doesn't make a lot of contact. Perhaps that plays into Lance Lynn's hands.
Yeah, it certainly does. Look, he strikes out a lot of guys. They have the highest strikeout rate in baseball. You got a lot of young talent on this team that try to prove themselves at the big league level,
including this young man, Zach Geloff, who picked up a couple of hits. In fact, he has 7 career hits against the Cardinals in just 17 at-bats.
Yeah, Geloff is a guy that really tore it up in the second half last year, showed big power at both the big league and AAA level. He's been on the ground a lot more this year. I mean, the ground ball rate is through the roof, so hopefully something that the Cardinals can take advantage of. Both his hits yesterday were on the ground.
A ball and a strike. And that just missed. Ryan Addison has the plate for game 2. What wind there is looks to be blowing out toward right. Past Mount Davis here at the Oakland Coliseum. The pitch. Hit high in the air towards center. Ciani going back. Michael gets the start in center and handles his first chance without a problem. 2 up and 2 men down. So a ground out and a fly out. Here's the rest of the defense behind Lance Lynn tonight. Walker and Nootbaar, part of your Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's defensive 9. Brendan Donovan gets the start at second for Nolan Gorman, and Wilson Contreras back in harness behind the plate. J.J. Bleday is your batter.
Another one of those talented pieces in Bleday that they made a trade for. It was a 1-for-1 for him and A.J. Puck to the Marlins. Former first-round pick, 4th overall in 2019.
Bleday at 262. He's knocked in 5 runs. He had a hit last night. And a big long swing has him behind the 8th ball. A ball and 2 strikes. Oakland's offense is in dry dock right now. They've scored 2 runs or fewer in 5 of their last 6 games and 1 run or less in almost a third of their games played this year.
Well, that's going to happen too when you, first of all, when you strike out as much as this club does, and then you play in a ballpark that's this big.
Yeah.
So really, I mean, it's hard to hit home runs. It's hard to be a 3 true outcome team in this park. They do actually lead in 3 true outcomes. Unfortunately, the biggest outcome has been strikeouts.
Popped up, tons of foul ground here. Contreras to the warning track, and he'll make that play. And Lance Lynn has a 12-pitch 1-2-3 inning of his own. The birthday boy. Happy 33rd birthday tonight for Nolan Arenado, who leads off the Cardinals second. J.P. Sears got us on 6 pitches in the opening frame. Nolan's bat is heating up, and that is a great sign. And that heated him up inside, ball 1.
It really has been good to see. You've just noticed it looks different since that first game in Arizona. He hit that 3-run home run and has been really just hitting the ball hard consistently again.
So are you going to sing happy birthday, or are you going to make me do it?
I would say, like, if it's going to happen, it's going to be a we thing, you know, together.
Okay. I asked Nolan if he wanted that. He said, well, there's the 2-0 pitch. He said, you don't have to, but he said, my mom would probably like that. I know his mom's watching tonight.
Mom hasn't heard us sing either.
That's true.
Happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to you. We won't do the whole thing for you, but you know.
But if you don't know the words, you can Google those. As that's in for a strike. So after that inspiring rendition of Happy Birthday, Arenado's guaranteed to get a hit at some point tonight. And here it is. Not this time, though. Popped it up. Noda at first. Will handle that at the first cut of the grass. And there's your first out here in the second inning.
Knew you were out of tune.
Here's Herrera, Cardinals DH. Love the fact this kid's in the lineup against a left-handed pitcher. He's been hitting everything hard.
Yeah, he does. Look, if you're into barrel percentages, he's your guy. One of the hardest hit baseball just consistently throughout this season. A guy that's just taken full advantage. He started 7 games in a row when Contreras was dealing with that hand contusion, and he's just stroking the baseball. He just looks so confident up there.
So here are your hard hit rate leaders. And Herrera is at the top of the list for the Cardinals.
How about that catching tandem right there?
Ten games for Ivan, 3 homers. And he's riding a 4-game hit streak into action tonight. The A's outfield plays him straight away pretty deep. It's a big ballpark, 400 feet to straightaway center. The pitch. Folded with a breaking ball, or changeup, I should say. It's 1-2.
Well, let's think about J.P. Sears. He's not going to overpower you, but he does a good job of putting the ball where he wants to. At least he especially did that against the Rangers last time out. Moved his fastball in and out. Leaned on the heater a little bit more than he had his first couple of starts.
That rifled back to the netting foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cardinals are 6-1 this year when they score the first run in the game. It would be nice to do that again tonight after a 3-1 victory in game 1. And knuckled back into the seats foul again. Good battle here with Herrera and J.P. Sears.
That sweeper of J.P. Sears is effective to the righties because it just ties him up. You saw that in Contreras' at bat. He couldn't stop himself. Hit the little dribbler over to first base.
Breaking ball, little pop towards center. Blade broke back, but he's going to recover. And there is your second out. Lars Nootbaar is coming up. Suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of official jerseys, caps, t-shirts, collectibles, and more. Gear up with your Cardinals at MLBshop.com. Not much hard contact yet for the Cardinals against Sears. Let's see if Newt can change that. He scored a run last night, picked up a hit too. That is not surprising. J.P. Sears, since the start of the 2023 season, has hit 18 batters.
Yeah, led the league last year. Has picked off a couple already this year.
The Cardinals have been plunked 12 times. In the air again to center. Blade is on the run. Numerals to the infield. He makes a great recovery on the warning track. Somehow, Blade was able to catch up with that. There's a hard hit ball, but in the glove of the A's center fielder to keep our game scoreless. The home second, let's join our pal Jim Hayes.
Chip, I was talking to Lance Lynn about the Cards' renovated rotation that he's a part of. It's a veteran group, and Lance told me we all have different styles and different ways of pitching, but the approach is the same. Take the ball when it's your turn to go as long as you can. Chip, he said, we all have that whatever it takes to win mindset, and we try to feed off each other. But this group gets along very well, and they believe they can do something this season.
And Lynn's been part of that, pitching very well. He just hasn't been able to stay in the game as long as he would like. Weather has had a big hand in that. As this one whacked toward left. Nootbaar drifting back, still going, and shy of the fence makes the grab. Seth Brown gave it a ride, but he's retired for out number 1. Coming into this game, Brad, Lynn made 3 starts, 13 2/3 innings. I know he'd like to stretch that out by a good margin.
Well, for sure, yeah. Last time out against the Phillies, he went 5. Had to labor in that one, almost near the century mark in pitches. But I love that mentality, right? Pitch until someone takes the ball, not the eyeing over. Oh, am I done yet? Am I ready? No, like these guys want the ball, want to be out there as long as possible. And look, a couple of examples of that recently. Michaelis got pulled out of a game recently. He wasn't happy about coming out. He shouldn't be. Matt, same thing, got pulled out of a game. Ollie doesn't want these guys happy when they come out. He wants them ready to take the ball the next time out. And if that's your mentality, if it's attack, 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 you're going to have a lot of success as a rotation.
Well, Lance chasing some milestones here in 2024. First the pitch. It's on the ground. Mason gives ground, dives, scrambles to his feet, fires to first, and it's wide, and that'll head into the camera well. So a great play by Wynn, but the throw too low, and it'll be an infield hit and an error to advance the runner, Tyler Nevin.
Man, the range it took to even get to this ball. First of all, the arm strength was there. Would have had him if the throw was on the money, but I don't know too many shortstops that are even getting there and having a chance on that one.
There's not a play that kid doesn't think he can make.
It's exactly the mentality you want, right?
And he almost made it. So that's the first base runner of the game. It goes to Oakland. Infield hit, E6, and now Lawrence Butler bats. High fly ball toward left center. Newt on the run, still going. He's got it in the middle of the warning track. And Evan can't tag up. Lynn using this big ballpark to his advantage. That's his 3rd flyout in the first 2 innings. They're getting after him early.
It's all right. Go ahead, right? Be aggressive again. That's how you get deep into ball games, too. You pump in strikes. You trust your defense to do some work. And then you know that next time around, he'll mix it up a little bit more.
So we get our first look at Kyle McCann. He is the A's catcher tonight. And a ground ball up the middle. That's in for a base hit. And Nevin's going to score without a throw. The A's score the first run of the game. McCann's second RBI of the year. Again, first pitch swinging.
Yeah, first pitch. This time it's not a fastball. It's a slider. Chevy pitch track. You look at this thing, down and away. Just stays on it, shoots a ground ball right back up the middle, and nobody's home on that side of the bag.
So the error comes home to roost. McCann has his second ribby, and Terrell Hernandez, the shortstop, who was 0 for 3 last night, digs in next. 1-0 Oakland. We are in the second. Again, first pitch swing. Ciani on the run, still going, and stops a step onto the warning track. This big ballpark is gobbling up the fly balls, but Oakland strikes first in the home second. Back in Oakland, Bradley, time for our BJC Healthcare Injury Report.
Well, it's nice to see Dylan Carlson resume swinging for the first time in 3 weeks. It'll be a progression there, and hopefully for Dylan it ends up being a quick one after spraining his left AC joint in his collision in Arizona during the final tune-up in spring training with Jordan Walker. Would love to get Dylan back. Love to see this group get healthier and healthier. Ollie Marmol and company. We've seen Sonny Gray come back. What an impact he has made. Lars Nootbaar finds himself near the top of the order, and it's nice to start seeing it come together.
Let's see if we can make J.P. Sears work a little bit. He got 6 outs on 18 pitches over the first 2 innings. Here in the third, Mason Wynn gets it started. Wynn at .370 on the year and 5 RBIs.
I would say that Mason Wynn is settling in just fine here, Chip. Look at the National League batting average leaders. Third right now. This isn't rookie leaders. This is all of the NL coming in batting .370.
3 straight multi-hit games for Mason Wynn. And one of those multis last night, he had 2 hits. In the Cardinals' victory, the pitch is taken inside ball 4. So there's your first base runner. Mason Wynn leads off with a walk. Let's see if the Cards can push him around. Next up, Jordan Walker. Our producer Brian Shapiro said before the game, how apropos would it be for the Cardinals to steal a bunch of bases tonight in honor of Whitey Herzog. Tough to do with a left-hander staring at you, though, for Oakland. Wynn's got a good lead. And Walker takes downstairs, ball 1.
And for the Cardinals, it all comes down to opportunities, right? Cardinals haven't had many leads, especially early on, where they could take their chances on the base paths, and their burners, other than Mason Wynn, Victor Scott has been struggling to get on base.
Good lead, not going. And that curls around the plate, ball 2. And to your point, the Cardinals have played so many close games. They've scored 3 or fewer runs in 8 of their last 9 games and in 11 of their first 17. Be nice to have a 7-1 game. And maybe that's in the offing here in game 2 tonight. 2 balls, no strikes, runner goes, good jump. McCann's throw is going to be late, and Wynn holds the bag at second and calls time. So Mason Wynn with his 3rd stolen base, and the Cardinals have the tying run in scoring position.
Ask and you shall receive right there, looking for a little action on the base paths, and the young Mason Wynn showing some of it off. A good job holding that foot on there too.
So Walker way ahead in the count, 3-0. Let's see if he has a green light. Wynn's got a huge lead. And takes one center cut. All bets off now. It's 3 balls and a strike. And Walker takes ball 4. Back-to-back free passes, and Michael Ciani is up with nobody out. Sears walked 3 in 6 1/3 innings against Texas. He's walked 2 here tonight, and there it is. Whitey ball.
You think he liked to steal some bags? 1.26 stolen bases per game since 1924. Head and shoulders the leader when it came to managers, and a little bit easier to do that when you build a team for speed, and that's exactly what Whitey Herzog did. Totally revamped the Cardinals when he came in.
Ciani shows bunt, lays it down the third base line. It is perfect. Sacrifice is good for St. Louis. 3rd sacrifice for Ciani. And there's some more Whitey ball, wouldn't you say? 2nd and 3rd for the Cardinals, 1 out.
We were talking to Ollie Marmol before the game specifically about Ciani and his skills laying down the bunt. He said he's incredible with it. We're seeing it here. Play a little small ball at the bottom, turn it over to the top of this order.
And Brendan Donovan bats. Boy, I'm glad he's back in the lineup after a scare last night. He told me earlier today when he got hit by that pitch late in the game yesterday, his whole leg went dead. It caught him flush on the knee bone.
Yeah, right there on the side, you know, where everything just connects, and it looked very painful. He is as tough as they come, stayed in the ball game.
And again, in our chat with Ollie today, he had a master plan to the Cardinals manager. Wanted to take Brendan to breakfast to see how he felt. Went down the hill for breakfast and walked back up the hill afterward.
Yeah, a reminder, we're staying in San Francisco. Okay, there's hills everywhere. And it's not the hill that you're thinking of. I mean, this thing is like straight downhill. Stockton is the street, and boy, he tested him early on. He got back up the hill for breakfast, said, I'm pretty loose now, Skipper. So should be good to go.
And he's good to go with a 2-0 count from J.P. Sears. The pitch. Cardinals at .225 on the year with runners in scoring position. Let's see if Donovan can improve on that. Breaking ball is hammered foul off the netting.
Yeah, that has been something that the Cardinals have needed to get going all year. 3 for 13 last night with runners in scoring position. There have been plenty of opportunities, and especially some of these tight games. This is one they need to cash in early here, flip this score.
So the 2-2 pitch. Hammered toward third. Toro plays it off his chest. That'll score a run. Good play at first on a low throw. Donovan smokes it the other way, picks up his 10th RBI, and the sacrifice and steal pays off. We're tied 1 apiece.
But just manufacturing the runs. That one, Toro has to retreat, bobbles it a tiny bit, had no chance. Wynn was gone on contact. He can move. No chance of catching him at the plate.
So the Cardinals have tied it up. Here's Goldie. He flied out to right his first time up. So that goes down as 0 for 1 with wrist, but you get the run. Goldie 4 for 11 so far this year with left-handed pitchers on the mound. And 308 with runners in scoring position. Those are encouraging numbers. And a strike.
Oh, so in that first at bat, Sears was able to get Goldie with that good changeup down the way. We've seen the opposition attacking Goldie away, just hasn't been consistently covering that thing and barreling the ball that way. But now it's protect time. Wouldn't be surprised to see Sears go right back up there with the fastball. See if Goldie can jump it and go the other way.
Tried to, and into the second deck. Oh, where a fan wearing the glove made a real bad error.
I mean,
Hit
knocked
right
it
in the
down.
glove.
It knocked it down, though. Kept it in front of him. Appreciate that. Gave it to a young child. She grabbed it. I don't know if he gave it to her.
Well, she picked it up on the bounce. She's a lot,
ready.
A lot smarter than he was. 2 balls, 2 strikes. She's a Mike Yastrzemski fan. Who can blame him? Good young player for the Giants. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Cardinals have made Sears labor a bit here. 21 pitches in the inning so far. And number 22 is on the way. And tapped, foul past Pop Warner. So far, a Whitey Herzog-like line for the Cardinals. 1 run, no hits.
That's it. Get on. Cause some havoc on the base pass, take some quality at bats. But would love to see a little 2-out magic here, taking the lead.
Hammered down the line toward the A's bullpen. Valiant effort there by the ball boy. That ball was hooking toward the wall. And at least one security guard knows how to get out of the way.
He was moving, wasn't he?
That's refreshing.
That's why he's on the home side.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, that was fun last night. And a late swing. Sears takes care of Goldschmidt. But the Cardinals get back-to-back walks, a stolen base, and a sacrifice. Hold on, hold on. They have catcher's interference. Yeah, there's a break. So there's the steal. Mason Wynn came around to score. There's the sacrifice. And now a mistake by McCann. Catcher's interference is called after this ground ball out from Brendan Donovan. Paul Goldschmidt will reach first on the catcher's error. And now Wilson Contreras is up. The call was made at first base by Chris Guccione.
Well, how about that? Another life right here. Fastball sneaks by him. It's probably one you hear it more so than you're able to see it there. But Ryan Addington was on it quickly, too.
So at best a glancing blow, but the Cardinals will take the break. Here's Contreras. A check swing got him in the first inning. 2 on, 2 out. And Sears laboring with a long inning. Missed inside with a sweeper. 9-game hit streak for Wilson. He's reached base in 21 straight. And 2 doubles last night.
Another guy, too, that will work his counts. Came in today with a .400 on base percentage that paces the club and finds himself in the driver's seat right here against J.P. Sears.
Contreras way ahead, 2-0. Made him throw a strike. Sears rolling along, 6 pitches in the first, 12 in the second. He's about to make his 30th pitch of this inning, and the A's bullpen begins to work. Now 2-2.
Went right back to that sweeper that he tied up Contreras with the first time. It was the first pitch that Contreras saw. He swung at, just couldn't stop himself. It's a dangerous pitch, though, if you leave it middle. He's done a good job so far on the right-handers of getting it in there.
There's a good live fastball at 94. It took Sears 31 pitches to get through the third inning. The Cardinals tie the game without benefit of a hit. Whitey ball in play for the Cardinals in game 2. We're tied 1 apiece. The Oakland A's, Stomper is his name.
It's a good name.
Yeah.
It's a solid mascot right there. It's no Fred Bird, let's be honest.
There's no question. But Stomper having fun tonight. Lance Lynn back with a level score at 1 as he faces the bottom part of the A's lineup here in the third inning. Ryan Noda gets it started. 0 for his last 12 with 8 strikeouts. Very aggressively have the A's attacked the first pitch against Lance Lynn, but not here.
Yeah, they really have, just kind of jumping on the first thing they see. Lance is not afraid to pour those strikes in. Obviously not afraid. Vast outfield right. Let's let him beat you.
Hammered toward right, but right at Walker. Easy play for him. There's out number 1. Let's enjoy a quick word from Great Southern Bank.
As the sun comes up on a crisp new morning, you're busy eyeing your next move. When you're ready to take on your next challenge, we'll be right there with you. Great support, Great Southern Bank.
Toro grounded out to Mason Wynn to start the game. Lance Lynn loves pitching against the Athletics. His last 10 games against them have been outstanding. 6-1. 2.58 ERA.
Yeah, you'll take that.
Yep. As I mentioned, he's approaching some milestones. Lance 1 strikeout away from 9th all-time in Cardinals history. Bill Doak had 938 strikeouts, so Lance 1 away from that. He's also 76 strikeouts away from 2000. As a major league pitcher,
it's impressive. Impressive career he's been able to put together.
In the air again. That will drop into the glove of Lars Nootbaar. 2 up, 2 down. I mean, you're seeing a veteran pitcher understanding where he's pitching and the team he is facing. He is not afraid of contact in the air. And this is a man that gave up 44 homers last year.
Yeah, well, and that is a veteran, right? That's a guy that wants to get deeper and deeper into games. He knows he can trust his outfield and utilize that. And then as the game goes on, or as you get a little bit deeper here, that's when you mix things up, and that's when you start taking advantage of their aggressiveness.
9 out of 11 first pitch strikes.
Love that.
Six outs by the Cardinals outfield so far. And a swing and a miss has Geloff way behind. Geloff fly to deep center his first trip. And no chase there. It's 1-2. Geloff, a 14 homer, 14 steal man last year for the A's. Nice young player around whom they're trying to build a promising future. The A's start play 7-10 on the year. Wrap up this homestand with the Cardinals. They have a long road trip coming up. We head home to take on Milwaukee on Friday.
And finally get to see a division foe. That'll be nice.
Breaking ball bounced to Arenado. He's got that. Toss across is in time. And Lance Lynn has 3 innings under his belt. We're tied 1 apiece with Arenado going to work next. Well, we told you Nolan's on a nice hitting streak for the Cardinals. Let's check out the hits on our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud.
So incredibly encouraging is all of the hard hits. 4 of those 95 or more off the bat here from Nolan Arenado. He was getting his hits early on, but it was weaker contact. He's starting to barrel the baseball.
No swing there. Arenado popped out his first time. 5-game hit streak. 8 for his last 22, counting his first trip to the plate tonight. J.P. Sears threw 31 pitches last inning. Line drive over the glove at short. So Arenado has a hit on his birthday. It's a good thing because we were about to sing happy birthday in Spanish. We didn't want to have to do that.
Well, I gotta be honest. I'm not sure I know the entire song in Spanish, but I'd have Googled it. Chevy pitch track, change up, caught way more of the plate than he wanted to. Kind of cut in a little bit. Nolan didn't get all of that. Got plenty of it, though, to serve it past Hernandez over at short.
You can just hum along if you don't know the words. You know that, right?
I'm not sure I know the tune. Is it still the same?
I think so.
Perfect.
Ball 1 for Ivan Herrera. Second time in as many innings, the Cardinals have had the leadoff batter aboard. Wynn scored after a leadoff walk to tie the game last inning. Just missed outside. Ball 2. What's Sears' mindset? He threw a lot of pitches last inning.
Yeah, honestly, I think he should throw his fastball a little bit more. The fastball was effective. You can see late that he added a little bit more to it. But I think that if he can add and subtract with that fastball, it's going to help set up that sweeper and that changeup a little bit more.
2-0 pitch. Chopper foul. Changeup. And an easier play for the ball boy down the left field line here. 2-1 now your count for the Cards DH Ivan Herrera. That missed badly outside. Now 3-1.
Yeah, really leaning heavily on the off-speed stuff, the change-up, that sweeper down.
Short lead at first. And a high pop into right. Butler is near the line and plenty of room for him to retire Herrera for out number 1. Sunday, April 21st, 25,000 fans entering Busch with a ticket. Take home a Cardinals bird hat thanks to Bally Sports. Kids 15 and under can participate in a post-game run around the bases. That's thanks to High Chew. For tickets and details, visit cardinals.com/promotions.
Did you pack our bird hats?
Nope, I didn't. I'm going to do it for every road trip the rest of the year, though.
Okay, good. It was a little chilly last night. I could have used that bird hat.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
Well, they gave us a stomper hat.
Can't wear it, though.
No.
Can't wear a stomper hat.
It's a very attractive lid on a cold night.
Yeah, keep your ears warm and point you in the right direction.
Yeah, who needs a compass? You'll always know where north is.
That's right. Follow your nose. Trunk or whatever.
No balls. 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. Well, you said it. Sears needs to throw his fastball more. That was an effective sequence, lefty-lefty. And now it's up to Mason Wynn if the Cards are to advance their leadoff hitter.
It really was. He used his 4-seam early, his sinker, came back and got him with that 4-seam again. And it is, I mean, the fastball is going to be more effective when you mix in some of that other stuff, but I think it's good enough for him to trust it.
Wynn walked, stole a base, and scored. Remember, this is a guy that, as Brad said, flirted with a no-hitter in his last start against the defending world champion. So, despite his 5-14 mark last year, this is a kid they are also trying to build around in rotation. 1-1 on the year with a 5.17 ERA to start.
Well, they're going to need him. They're going to need all of the depth in that rotation. Talked about this yesterday. The A's used 24 different starters last season. That tied a major league record. So they are looking to lean on some of their veterans, lean on even young guys like Sears. He's 28 years old, but young when it comes to major league service time. You saw yesterday's starter, Ross Stripling. They're going to need a lot from him. Alex Wood they brought in as well.
Not just that many pitchers, 62 players and 156 different lineups for Mark Kotsay last year. It was a revolving door for him.
It's incredibly difficult, right? And in a season when you lose as many games you do, you're active at the trade deadline. 2 years ago, you're active in the offseason. I mean, you've shipped off a lot of pieces. You knew it was going to be a tough year. That's hard to keep together. It's hard to keep the morale up, too. And that's something with Mark Kotsay. You got to give him all the credit in the world to be able to keep his group together through the tough times and through they're going through a relocation. That's difficult.
Yeah, they'll be in Sacramento for the next 3 seasons after this year. They'll play at the Giants AAA ballpark, ostensibly while they get things started and finished in Las Vegas. Home of the River Cats. Up in Sacramento, the pitch.
Cats fans doing a little advanced scouting already. Good for you.
That's great for Sacramento, too, right? They get a taste of the big leagues for 3 years.
Yeah, I think so. And they still get their team, right? They're going to be in and out, if I believe that is correct. Something's always going to be going on at that ballpark.
Every day for 6 months. That'll be a blast. 2-1. Now ball 3. Sears pitching Wynn carefully here. Walker would be next. Fun watching the strides this young man has made as a major league hitter. We knew all about the glove. Let's see what he does with the 3-1. He takes outside and passes the baton. So Wynn walks for the second time. 3 of those for J.P. Sears.
Number 18, Jordan Walker.
And with a runner in scoring position, a hit from Walker could give the Cardinals their first lead. This would be a great time for Walker to hit it hard and elevate the baseball.
Well, and a very good time, too, as Sears is iffy with his command. Be a little patient right here. Lets it fly, though. Saw a fastball that he wanted. Walker has got one of the highest first pitch swing percentages in baseball, really the highest in zone swing overall, 85.3%. That is the highest in the National League. He's letting it fly. Might benefit him to cut that down a little bit, but it's pitch recognition. It takes a while.
Hit it in the air to straightaway center, but Blade is going to have plenty of room to camp out and catch that. Another long inning for Sears. The Cardinals get their first hit, but strand a pair in the 4th. It's a 1-1 game.
Wynn tied at 1 apiece. Another start for Mason Wynn, who continues to crush it. Ollie Marmol told us yesterday that Mason was getting some extra days off because he was dealing with a sore lower back. Mason told me something was catching and there was pain, but man, I want to be out there on the field. He said he tweaked something swinging a bat in San Diego. Chip, the good news, Mason says the back feels fine today and it's doing a lot better in general.
That's always good news for Mason Wynn and the Cardinals, who defensively look like a team reborn compared to a year ago.
No, you're right. This kid is a game changer in the field, absolutely, but now he's doing it offensively, and you knew it was going to come because that's what happened every single level along the way. It took a while, then he starts getting a feel for it, and there's great news that feeling better and better out there. You see him stretching out, keeping loose, and that's part of it. That's going to be part of it too for Mason Wynn and for all these young guys, is keeping your body as healthy as possible through 162, and off days are going to be a part of that.
On the ground to second, right at Brendan Donovan. No trouble with that for out number one. An off day is coming for the Cardinals. A much needed off day at home on Thursday. Play a day game here tomorrow. Get home not super late, but we'll have all day Thursday and then a night game on Friday with Milwaukee. That'll really help.
Yeah, it really will. We know how crazy this schedule has been. A couple of West Coast trips already. You flew back home from the first West Coast trip, had day game opening day. So much going on. So these guys they've been working hard. And nobody cares about your big league tough travel schedule, but it has been a difficult one for these guys.
Seth Brown fly to deep left his first time. Cues this one down the third base line, and that's going to trickle into the Oakland bullpen, which is in play. And Brown on his way to second with a cue shot double. And Oakland has a chance to take the lead here in the fourth.
Not much you can do about this one. Backdoor, just a spinner, cups it right off the end of the bat. And you are right, that had plenty of English on it.
So Brown in scoring position. Tyler Nevin had an infield hit. That was the great diving play by Mason up the middle. And Nevin took second on a throwing error. The ball ended up in the camera well beyond the Cardinals dugout. And Lynn starts it with a strike. Lynn keeps you in the game. He has gotten very little run support. This is his fourth start for the Cardinals. He's gotten 4 total runs of offensive help. But he's tied here at 1-1.
I like the thought process here with Nevin, too. I think that a lot of guys know coming in against Lance Lynn. First of all, it's going to be a lot of fastballs. You mentioned that a little bit earlier. But he tends to stay away a lot. And if you get him into looking that way and then start busting him inside, opens up a lot of things for you.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time. It's kind of a lost strategy in today's game, saving something for the third time through the lineup. That doesn't often happen for a starting pitcher. And it's not just stuff, it can be location too.
No, you're right. You're right in sequencing.
Yeah. 1-2 count. That one way outside. Good save. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I think another thing that this Cardinals staff has the ability to do, because you have a lot of veteran guys, is actually pitch inside effectively. Pitch in for strikes, pitch in for purpose, and then be able to set up that nice hard cutter that he's got away, or anybody in this arsenal or in this rotation can do that.
Just 41 pitches for Lance so far, so he has been very economical, to put that in perspective. Sears threw 31 pitches in his third inning alone and had to labor a bit in the fourth. Just missed a corner. It's full count. Lance wants chase. A's have done a pretty good job of not chasing yet. Again, a team that strikes out 10 times a game hasn't punched out once yet.
Yeah, most of the outs have been in the air. 7 of those, 3 on the ground now.
Brown with an excuse me double down the third base line, stands at second with 1 out. Here's a swing and a miss. There's the first one. And Lance Lynn now tied for 9th all time in Cardinals history in strikeouts as he gets Nevin for the second out here.
Well, your Chevy pitch tracks, this is where a lot of the strikeouts from Lance Lynn have been. The elevated fastball to get the swing and miss there from Nevin.
And one more man to get. That's Lawrence Butler, who flied out. In for a strike. This guy is just relentless with his arsenal and with that fastball. It's coming, boys. You better be ready for it.
And there's 3 variations of it, right? So if you're lefty, he can cut it in just like that. He can sink it away, and the good four seam at the top of the zone. So it'll make you quite uncomfortable.
Butler, his offensive opponent out of Atlanta, 6th round pick by the A's back in 2018. Skies this one toward left. Long run Newton, slowing at the line. He's got it. And Lynn pitches around a 1-out double. Ciani, Donovan, and Goldie are coming up in a tie game. As I mentioned earlier, so many great tributes have come across the wire honoring the late, great Whitey Herzog, who passed away at 92 years of age. Former GM Hank Peters said Whitey Herzog is the best judge of talent I ever saw. Bruce Sutter, a Cardinals Hall of Famer, a Baseball Hall of Famer, said of Whitey, he was a manager, a general manager, a farm director, a player personnel director, a scout, a coach. That tells you about his smarts right there. And of course, Ozzie Smith said of Whitey Herzog, he made me a better player and he made me a better person. Wonderful tributes from all three of those men. Ciani takes a strike. I guess what was so interesting about Whitey Herzog, who said of himself he was not a very good player, but he still played 9 years in the major leagues. But his ability to adapt with the way the game changed in the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah.
Game that went from all natural grass to multi-purpose stadiums and artificial turf. He was able to build his teams around the ballpark in which the team played the majority of his games. It stands as common sense.
Yeah, going to be here, right? And he had that unique ability as GM also to build the team that he wanted to have out there. And boy, was it successful. It's funny, you talk about his playing career. He had a quote. He said, baseball's been quite good to me once I stopped trying to play it.
That sounds like something he would have said. But again, for me, he was the manager of my generation, as I said in our opening comments. Watching Willie McGee and Vince Coleman beat the ball into the AstroTurf and run like the winds. This one's hit toward left pretty well, but that'll be caught by Seth Brown for out number one. Jack Clark in the middle of the lineup, Darrell Porter behind the plate. The Cardinals didn't have to score a bunch of runs because they can manufacture a bunch of runs at Busch Stadium. And again, our thoughts and prayers go out not just to Whitey's family, but those who played for him, especially that man who was, as I said, really torn up today.
Yeah, it is tough. It just tells you how much Whitey meant to everybody that was around, far more than just a manager, a friend, a mentor to many. And those lessons that he was able to teach, whether it's players that he played for or people that were fortunate enough to sit and talk baseball with him, they're lessons that are going to live on forever.
0-1 for Brendan Donovan, who has the Cardinals RBI today and almost got a knee burger again there. There's a breaking ball for a strike. Jimmy, your thoughts on the passing of Whitey Herzog today?
Yeah, Chip, you know, it's hard to find somebody in the Cards organization that wasn't touched by Whitey Herzog. Matt Carpenter told me, I consider it an honor that I got to know him at all. I mean, he had a style of baseball. Whitey ball was coined for him. He was an innovator, and he would always share something that was designed to help you. Chip, Matt told me he had some really long conversations with Whitey over the years, and he considers himself fortunate.
I think we all do. For many of us, seeing that shot on opening day was one of, if not the highlight of opening day, when all the Cardinals Hall of Famers come around the warning track in the convertibles. One of the biggest, if not the biggest cheer was always for Whitey Herzog.
Yeah, you said it best. I mean, opening day is not going to be the same, and unfortunately we have lost far too many Cardinal greats over the last couple of years. But the legacy always lives on. The memories will always be there. And for many, to your point, he is the connection for many Cardinal fans to Cardinal baseball.
Line out of play by Goldschmidt. No balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, Sears mixing in more fastballs now. It's been much more effective. Cardinals stranded 2 in the 4th inning. They're 0 for 3 with a runner in scoring position, but a ground out did bring home the tying run in the 3rd. 1-1 game, 2 strikes. And up and away for the Cardinals' first baseman. That's hammered through the hole, left side, a base hit for Goldschmidt. So his 4th hit of the road trip. He reaches for the 2nd time. Last time he was aboard on catcher's interference. And again, a chance for Contreras to put the Cards in front.
Another one of those sweeping sliders gets in on the hands of Goldie, but he perfectly guides it right there in that 5-6 hole.
So 2 hits for the Cardinals. Contreras looks to add to that. And a little bit low. Here's your Hyundai in the driver's seat feature. We told you the hot streak that Wilson is on.
Yeah, I would say 21 games, the 2nd longest active on base streak in baseball behind Christian Yelich.
Yelich has been out for the last couple games with a bad back. And when the Cardinals get home to face the Brewers, it's going to be the battle of the Contrerases. Williams on a hot streak. He's got an 11-game hitting streak working entering tonight's play.
Pretty talented family.
No kidding. The 1-1. Lifted down the right side, foul ground. Long run, Noda, but he can't get there. It's 1-2.
Your instincts have to be so much different in this ballpark than anywhere else, because you get so used to a ball like that. Oh, it's gone. It's in the 2nd row or something. Here, you better break early. You got a chance to field almost anything.
I love it. I love this field. Not necessarily the atmosphere around it, but the field of play and the dimensions.
Oh, sign me up.
It's great.
Pitcher's heaven.
Hard hit ball toward 3rd. Toro's got it. Settles his feet, fires wide to 1st, but Noda hangs on, and that will retire the side. J.P. Sears is through 5 innings. A good pitcher's duel, a game Whitey Herzog would enjoy, and boy, did we enjoy him. Cardinals baseball is brought to you by Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in the St. Louis area. Find yours at your Mid-America Chevy dealer. And by Steel Battery. Real steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com. That's one reason why they call California the Golden State. It is a beautiful sunset here in Oakland, California, in a well-pitched game. Both Sears and Lance Lynn filling up the strike zone here in Game 2.
Yeah, Lance has done a really nice job of just getting ahead. You mentioned the first pitch strikes earlier. Right now, 12 for 15 in that category, and using all of his fastballs. Right there, spots the four-seam away, but he's used that four-seam fastball 15 times, the sinker 13, the cutter 13. So you might be thinking up there as a hitter, okay, well, it's going to be the hard stuff coming in. You don't know which direction it's going.
Which means you get swings like that from time to time from Kyle McCann, who's a catcher. No relation to Brian McCann, the former Yankee, Astro, and Brave. But he grew up just down the street from Brian McCann in Metro Atlanta and modeled his game after his.
A lot of similarities. Not a bad guy to model your game after.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The 2-2 is off the plate, and McCann has a full count. He has the A's RBI, a single that came in the second. McCann, a 4th-round pick. Hit 17 homers at AAA last year. The pitch. And a mile high to right. Walker going back, still going up against that wall. He cannot get it. McCann has hit a go-ahead homer, and the A's are in front 2-1.
That is one that young man will never forget. His first major league home run. Your Plaza Tire Service pitch track. Got a four-seam fastball, dead center cut. Gets it up into the air and sneaks it right over the right field wall.
4th homer allowed by Lance Lynn, but he's only down 1. It's a 2-1 game now. And Brian McCann used to do that a lot too. So Kyle McCann makes A's fans happy. They have a lead. And now Lynn pumps in a strike to Darrell Hernandez, the shortstop. He flied out his first time up.
Well, it's been a very slow start for Hernandez offensively. What they do like about him and what he's shown in the minor leagues is that hit tool, but has been slow to get things going here. Defensively average over at shortstop, but they believe plus with the bat.
Yeah, that was a huge problem, as we said earlier, for the A's early in the season. 13 errors in their first 5 games. I mean, they couldn't catch a cold the first week of the year. That's tightened up for them of late.
That's always tough too when you have a young staff and you have to get extra outs.
Little chopper up the middle. Who wants it? It's Wynn. Gloves, grabs, and guns, and got his man by a step. Good play. Let's get a speedy base runner. 1 out. So Lynn has the first out of the 5th inning. And Friday, when we're home, the Brewers are in town for the weekend. 25,000 fans, 16 and up on Friday. Take home an exclusive Jordan Walker bobblehead that's presented by Central Bank. Go to Cardinals.com/promotions for more info. That is a promotional lover's dream when we get home this weekend for Milwaukee. As Arenado perfectly positioned, he'll take care of Ryan Noda for out number 2. Got the Walker bobblehead Friday. We've got Jacket Night on Saturday, and then Bird Hat Day on Sunday with Sonny Gray on the mound.
This is win-win.
Yeah,
win.
Right.
All of those. I'm in.
You said 3 wins.
I think so.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure.
Would like to couple that with 3 wins over the weekend against the Brew Crew,
who are playing great. Our first look at a Central opponent, as Brad said earlier. Back to the top, and Toro almost got hit.
Yeah, that was one that just hung on the fingers a little bit too long for Lance. That was a changeup that he just cut. That thing's supposed to go the other direction.
Then try to get through 5 innings. He's allowed 2 runs and just missed there. Lance went 5 innings against the Phillies, gave up 2 unearned runs in that game. Remember, that was the wet, nasty day at Busch Stadium. But he should have plenty left in the tank to go a little further here tonight. But need some offensive support. Cardinals will have the middle of the order coming up in the 6th. We've scored a run on 2 hits so far. And again, you do not want to get deep into this A's bullpen. They've been excellent. High fly toward right center, but Ciani calls off Walker. He has plenty of room to haul that in, and that will retire the side. Kyle McCann's hit a homer as a big leaguer. It puts Oakland in front 2-1 after 5. Grateful Dead Night returns to the ballpark on Friday as well when the Brewers are in town. With your theme ticket, fans get a long-sleeve Grateful Dead lightweight hoodie. And, of course, the eagerly anticipated pregame performance by Jake's Leg. Tickets available at cardinals.com/theme.
An effective outing for J.P. Sears. 5 innings, only gave up that 1 earned run. Worked around 3 walks, struck out 2. He gives way to Danny Jimenez,
who's greeted with a ground ball that's under the glove of Toro at third, and Arenado reaches, will await the scoring. The glove went up, the ball stayed down, and St. Louis has the tying runner aboard.
Well, Arenado being aggressive against your Chevy call to the bullpen. Danny Jimenez, look at the numbers through 7 games, only giving up 1 earned run during that. Leans on his slider a lot, throws it more than anything. Slider fastball combo.
So Arenado has a 2-hit game. Let's see what Herrera can do against Jimenez, who misses inside. Jimenez originally with the Toronto organization. Got to the big leagues for the first time in the COVID year with the Giants. And started his A's career back in 2022. Two balls, no strikes. Oakland's bullpen has pitched to a 3.09 ERA this year. That has been a very pleasant turn of events for Mark Kotze's club.
It has. The group's been better as of late, too. Gave up some runs early on in the season, and solidifying that back end, certainly that closer role would much rather not see Mason Miller in this game. He has been striking out the world's triple-digit fastball.
Penn's given up 2 or fewer in 13 straight games. We need 2 tonight to take the lead. Herrera took a strike. All bets off here with a 3-1 count now. He's hit the ball in the air twice. Pitch. Shaves off the inside corner. Ivan thought he earned ball 4, but a perfect pitcher's pitch.
Plaza Tire pitch tracks appear to be right there on the corner, down and in. Perfect pitcher's pitch.
I think you saw the way McCann caught that. So from 3-0 to 3-2. And that one is high, ball 4, and the Cardinals have 2 on, nobody out.
The left fielder, number 21, Lars Nootbaar.
So Lars Nootbaar is coming up after a quick word from BJC Healthcare. Nootbaar is 0 for 2. Last time the Cardinals had 2 on, nobody out, they laid down a bunt. I don't think that's what Newt's going to do here, but he's quickly down a strike.
Well, not a huge crowd here at the Oakland Coliseum, but plenty of them yelling Newt as he comes up. See if he can drive a baseball here off of Jimenez.
Trying to launch that, missed it. It's 0-2.
Another one of those sliders straight over the top. That thing is just a weird arm action on that too. The ball just disappears.
More action in the Oakland bullpen. First the 0-2 pitch. Turned over and Nootbaar stayed with it. Arenado and Herrera, your base runners, first and second, nobody out. It's a 2-1 Oakland game. Pop fly back toward the seats and into them. Man has missed a lot of time with shoulder issues last year. No troubles so far tonight. The pitch.
It's the first fastball that Newt has seen, but nothing but sliders. Trying to change that eye level, I would think, and go right back to that slider down and in.
Right-hander sets and fires, and low. 2-2.
Remember, take that changeup that time.
And that's what Newt was working on during his rehab. He didn't see a lot of right-handers, and his ability to take that pitch was what he was working on. Let's see what he does here. 2-2. Full count from 0-2. Would the Cardinals dare to send the runners?
I don't think it's the worst idea. Keep them moving.
They hold, and ball 4. Great at bat for Nootbaar. A single and back-to-back walks. Loads the bases for the Cardinals' hottest hitter, Mason Wynn. Wynn has walked twice and scored once, and the A's want to talk it over.
Well, there is action in the A's bullpen, as we mentioned, but it is the lefty and former Cardinal T.J. McFarland out there. So you'd think that this would be a more advantageous matchup, but not if he's not throwing strikes. Scott Emerson, the pitching coach for the A's, out there to talk it over with Jimenez.
The A's have walked 5 Cardinals. One of them has scored. St. Louis played a little whitey ball earlier in this game. Mason Wynn steals second. After a sacrifice, Brendan Donovan with a hard ground out, scored the game-tying run. That's our BJC Healthcare difference maker.
Manufacturing early on. Offense has been tough to come by, trying to sneak some runs. But the biggest opportunity of the ball game right here, bases loaded, got nobody out, and got what is arguably your hottest hitter up.
And a smart play by Wynn. He's got to make this guy throw a strike. Fly ball hit high in the air towards center. Bleday settles underneath. Arenado's going to tag, and he's coming home. The throw toward the plate bounces to the center of the diamond. Nobody's there, and 2 runners advance on the play.
The cutoff man.
Where was the cutoff man? Noda was standing right in front of the grass at the first base bag, so everybody tags on a routine fly to center. Wynn ties the game with a sac fly, and now a base hit could give the Cardinals a big cushion.
Just those little things, right, end up biting you. The details matter. Noda's got to get busting over to the center of the diamond. He's the cutoff man at a ball to center field.
Whoa, Walker almost wore one. And the Cardinals have been drilled a lot. 12 times this year. Walker has earned a base on balls and fly it out. Infield in for him. In the dirt, McCann a nice stop. And Jimenez is all over the place in the 6th.
Yeah, McCann's going to have to pounce too. His best pitch is the slider. The biggest weakness for Jordan Walker is the slider down and away. It's going to be tough to control that thing, and now in the hole.
There it was. 2 balls and a strike.
And that just comes down to pitch recognition. Obviously out of the hand, he's seeing fastball, because 2-0, that should not be what the swing looks like.
Two-one count. Threw it again, and a shot toward right center. That ball pretty well hit, but it's caught by Butler. Tagging at third, coming home is Herrera. The Cardinals have taken the lead. Jordan Walker with a bolt the other way, and St. Louis has scored twice. It's a 3-2 score.
That's more like it right there. Another slider this time. It's not down and away. It's tailing in, and he gets the ball up in the air, something he's been working on quite a bit to give the Cardinals the lead.
So the Cardinals 2 runs on 1 hit, 2 walks, 2 sac flies in the inning. 3-2 St. Louis as the A's go deeper into the pen. Well, Brad, good thing for T.J. McFarland. There's 2 outs in the inning, so no chance for a crazy, weird, long double play.
I think Cardinal fans remember that one. It was at Wrigley Field when he was a member of the Cardinals in 2021. The old 3-2-5-4-2-8-6 that had Tyler O'Neill holding his hat out in left field, just watching in astonishment. The journeyman, veteran left-hander in here. It's been a struggle for him early on in this one. Lefties hitting a 313 clip. Righties hitting 556. So their hope is Not going to be in there for much longer than Ciani.
You can see why he's so effective, right? That little pause, the funky delivery, hides the ball well, and then boom, it's on you real fast.
Yeah, and his fastball, while not overpowering, when you're looking for that slower sweeping slider, he can get on you quickly, and he works inside as well.
Goodbye, the runner at third. 2 strikes for Ciani, and that's bounced foul. Lance Lynn finally has a lead. It's a 3-2 score. The Cardinals had 3 straight reach in the 6th inning. A missed cutoff man has turned into the go-ahead run. This one off the thumbs, right side. Race to the first base bag. McFarland got there just in time. A near collision at the first base bag, but Michael Ciani and the Cardinals are done in the 6th inning. But St. Louis puts it in play when they needed to. They score twice. Arenado and Herrera tie it and put us in front. It's a 3-2 score, and Lance Lynn goes to work in the home 6th with a 1-run lead. Lance Lynn has a lead as he works in the 6th inning. He'll face the 2-3-4 batters for Oakland. 63 pitches. As we said, he should have plenty left in the tank.
Yeah, only 1 strikeout early on, but Lance was aggressive in the strike zone early. The A's were aggressive and got some quick outs in the air.
Yeloff is 0 for 2. J.J. Bleday is next. He's 0 for 2 as well. Another nail biter on the West Coast for the Cardinals. We lead it 3-2. Yeloff takes a peek to the right side of the infield. A lot of room over there to play with. But Lynn's way ahead 0-2. And just missed the outside corner.
I love that idea, too, trying to bring that sinker back to catch him looking. Lance does this so well, too. He'll throw that pitch, then he can throw that cutter that darts the other direction to get the swing and miss.
One ball, 2 strikes. On the ground to third. Arenado gets the hop he likes. And there's your first out. So a good start for Lance Lynn in the 6th inning. And if you want to score 2-for-1 Cardinals tickets this season, it's easy to do. All you have to do is buy 8 or more gallons of gas at a participating station using Phillips 66's Fuel Forward app. Learn more at cardinals.com/Phillips66. Swing and a miss for J.J. Bleday. One thing I like about this veteran Cardinals starting staff, they're starting to compete for each other and with each other. Right? Sonny Gray last night, 6 innings of 4-hit ball. Lance Lynn trying to get through the 6th inning, allowing just a couple of runs tonight. That's the hallmark of a really good, solid starting 5.
Yeah, well, the idea of anything you can do, I can do better, right?
Yeah.
They keep trying to one-up each other. That healthy competition. Sonny Gray, 2 starts so far, 11 innings, 11 strikeouts overall. Has not walked a batter. He has been magnificent. Can't wait till the restrictions are off, right? He's out there normal pitch count, but you're going to want to be smart with him. I'd assume next time out it'd probably be the 80-85 pitch mark. The Cardinal starters have been giving you innings, giving you a chance. The Cardinals bullpen, when you have it set up the way that you want it with the lead, boy, they've been locking it down. Just got to get this offense to come alive. That's the biggest key.
Yeah, again, you take wins any way you can get them, but a 4 or 5 run win would be nice thrown in here and there.
Well, I have not had a win yet where Ryan Helsley doesn't pitch in the game.
Right.
So it kind of just tells you of how tight all these ball games have been.
On the ground toward first. Goldie says he's got it. He'll win the race to the bag. And that takes care of Bleday for out number 2. So our Budweiser What's on Tap. We wrap up our series in Oakland, and Steven Matz has the ball on getaway day.
I'm looking forward to watching Steven Matz. Look at the numbers here so far on this young season. A 1.8 ERA through 15 innings. I like the way that he's been commanding his fastball. The changeup has looked good. Been working on that tighter slider as well. And just a healthy year for Steven Matz.
Who was pitching great in Arizona, but a fielding error really took him out of the game. That led to a big Arizona inning.
Yeah, it was his error.
Right.
A little tapper back to the mound. Things started to speed up a little bit. Ollie Marmol made the decision to pull him out of the game as there were a couple of hits in a row. Matt's none too happy about coming out of the game. And that's what you want. As we talked about earlier, you want your guys to be ticked off when they get pulled out of the game. And not like Matt's is going to hold a grudge about it, but you want your guy to want the ball. You know he's going to be chomping at the bit tomorrow to face this A's team and get things going back in that right direction.
Sharply hit by Brown into center field, so he's got 2 hits tonight. That keeps the inning alive for the A's. Tyler Nevin is next.
The sinker up in the zone. Lance was trying to get this thing down, get a ground ball. Your Plaza Tire Service pitch tracks.
It's amazing how small the margin for error is for a pitcher, right? If that ball's an inch lower, it is probably a ground ball.
It is funny, and there are a lot of times, too, when maybe you're on the mound, you're like, man, that wasn't hit hard, or I broke his bat, that was a good pitch. And then you actually go back afterwards and look at it. It's like, no, I missed my spot. That's why that happened. You know, it is really that game of inches. It's what makes it. That's why guys like Lance can actually stick around as long as they do, because they hit their spots and compete with their stuff. That's what's been so impressive watching Sonny Gray his first 2 starts. He puts the ball where he wants to.
Well, you'd like a quick resolution here, and maybe you think about Lance going out for a 7th inning. Cardinals will have the top of the order coming up in their half of inning number 7.
I think if he gets this guy quickly, he'll be fighting for it.
But 2 wide of the zone in a row makes it 2 balls and a strike. That's down the line, foul, headed for the Cards bullpen. So Nevin now resets. He's got a 2-2 count. Pitch 81.
Lance had a little something extra on that one. That was 94 away.
His pitch count high this year, 94. That came in that start against the Phillies. This will be number 82. And a check swing down the right field line. That is foul. That would have been a real problem. Will Oakland take a look at this? It was very close to the line.
Yeah, that one right there, felt like riding a roller coaster. Your stomach dropped a little bit. This thing looked like it was going to stay fair. This will be a perfect look at it right down the line. And that is definitely a foul ball. You see that green in between. It's not just because I'm wearing those Cardinal red glasses again, Chip. I really saw some green in between there. Maybe.
No appeal for Oakland. Chris Guccione with the call. And now Lynn with pitch number 83 of the game. Quite a battle here. Here's Jim Hayes' report on Cardinals Live today. It's good to have Matthew Liberatore back with the club. He was ill and away from the team while we were in Phoenix. He threw on the side yesterday. And Ollie said before the game that he would be an option to pitch if needed tonight. So pen at full strength. As Nevin not going quietly here, and that might decide Lance's fate in the 7th inning.
Very well could. Pitch count definitely getting up there. And it is nice to have Libby back. Feel bad for Libby. He was so excited to go pitch back at home. Fortunately, at least makes his home there and had family close by while he was dealing with it. You know, Mom's always ready to help. Mom and Dad were there for him.
On the ground to third, Arenado's got it. He'll go the long way across the diamond. And Lynn had to work hard to get the A's in the 6th. But he preserves a Cardinal lead. It's 3-2. And we head to the 7th. Fans, it's time to put a red jacket on another Cardinals legend. Voting for the 2024 Cards Hall of Fame presented by Edward Jones is open now. Our ballot this year features Steve Carlton, George Hendrick, Matt Morris, and Edgar Renteria. Visit Cardinals.com/HOF and cast your vote. We, of course, remember Whitey Herzog, who passed away at the age of 92. Cardinals look to extend, Brad, a 3-2 lead. New pitcher out there for the A's. It's right-hander Mitch Spence.
Well, the Cardinals have just been manufacturing in this one. The hits have been hard to come by. The hard contact hasn't been there a ton, but figuring out ways to get on and get them in. A couple of sac flies last inning ended up giving the Cardinals the lead.
Spence has not pitched much. He's a Rule 5 player. They got him out of the Yankees organization as he answers the Chevy call to the pen. Game 5 for him in Oakland. He's behind Donovan. 2 balls, no strikes. So right guys up for St. Louis to extend this lead. It is, of course, the Honda home run inning. If the Cardinals go deep, your Gateway Honda dealers donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And Brendan made him throw a strike. Cardinals tried to break out of this 3-run rut. And there's a good start. Donovan takes ball 4. The Cardinals have scored 3 or fewer in 8 of their last 9 games. And boy, is there a big swing between 3 runs a game, Brad, and 4 runs a game.
I think you wonder, well, how big of a difference is it? That's how big of a difference it is. A .362 winning percentage in MLB offenses since 2022. When scoring 3 runs, make it .535 when 4 runs are scored. So you'd love to be able to push 1 or more right there through against the Oakland A's. Also have all the faith in Lance Lynn and your bullpen to be able to hold it. But everything's been tough to come by. Been fighting for all these victories.
And whatever conversation Lance Lynn had with Dusty Blake and Oliver Marmol must have worked. There was nobody up in the Cards' pen. He looks to come out for the 7th inning. Cardinals wisely letting this young man pitch himself into trouble. That's exactly what happened in the 6th inning when Jimenez walked 2 of the first 3 hitters he saw. St. Louis leads it 3-2 in game 2. There's a good pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 2-1. Goldie's 1 for 3 on the night. He tallied a 5th inning single. One of just 3 Cardinals hits. Oakland has walked 5 batters and has had 1 reach on catcher's interference. Popped up left side. Toro gives chase over near the Oakland dugout. And no play. It's off the backside of the net. And that'll bounce into a crowd announced tonight at 3,296.
Late arriving, perhaps. A lot of Cardinal fans, too, made the journey.
Outfield straight away for Goldie. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big gaps in left and right center. Ton of room down the left field line if he can pull one. Donovan short lead at first. The pitch. Just missed the corner. McCann tried to steal a strike. Stubby Clapp given the delivery times to Donovan. Remember, he got hit on the knee last night. Don't know if that leg's 100%. Pretty short lead. He is going. And the pitch is called. 3rd strike. Throw to second in time. It's a strike him out, throw him out, double play. So McCann's having quite a night. He's hit a homer. He just threw out Brendan Donovan, and that clears the bases in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Gets the call with that cutter belt high. Comes up throwing right on the money. Not a bad jump there by Donovan, but definitely throw that beat him.
So that changes the dynamic. Contreras bats. He's 0 for 3. His on base and hitting streaks are on the line tonight. Wilson has reached in 21 straight and is riding a 9-game hit streak. Nothing wrong with that pitch. Even count.
It's a 93-mile-an-hour cutter with a really late break. That'll play.
If you're a Yankee farmhand and you don't have a cutter, beat it. Go home. Driven toward right. That'll get down for a hit. The streaks live on for Contreras. Big turnaround first. And he will throw out an anchor there and bring up Arenado, who's 2 for 3 tonight.
So you have that 93-mile-an-hour cutter away, perfectly placed, then added a little bit more. Your T-Mobile coverage cam, 97-mile-an-hour sinker that he's able to turn and take the other direction to keep that streak alive. Now 22 game on base and a 10-game hit streak for Contreras.
Well, Arenado's hit 1 homer in his career on his birthday. How about number 2 right here to extend the lead? Off the end of the bat. Strike 1. It's been a productive game for him. 2 hits and a run scored. So Nolan with a 6-game hitting streak, 10 hits in that hot run. Chopper hit to the left side. Toro can't get it. Shortstop does. Long throw to first, and a pretty play by Hernandez to retire the side. So a promising inning goes by the boards for the Cardinals. Time to stretch in Oakland as Lance Lynn readies for the home 7th. Well, the Cardinals with a 2-run 6th have taken a 3-2 lead. Lance Lynn will see Victor Scott take over in center field for the Birds. Moving from center to right is Michael Ciani. So with a 1-run lead, got your all-hands defense out there in the Cardinal outfield.
Yeah, locking it down. Lance Lynn, 85 pitches, just going right after these guys and getting tested early.
Victor dives and makes a great play. That saves at least 1 base. Welcome to the game, Victor Scott II.
Got to be ready, right? You know, this is not an easy job for a young player to be on the bench, to come in late, but you got to be ready. How about this for a Budweiser play of the game? The sinking liner for Victor Scott II. What a play.
They say the ball hit right at you in center is the most difficult one to handle. And on the first pitch, after checking in, that's exactly what Victor got. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Lance Lynn. Cardinals bullpen starts to work as Lance goes through the bottom part of the order. Kyle McCann touched him for a solo homer last time up. He's 2 for 2, in fact, tonight. And Lynn pitching him carefully, just missed with ball 2. And you cannot complain about the Cardinals defense here in the first 3 weeks. By and large, Brad, it has been a huge improvement.
Yeah, it really has. And again, how important has it been? The Cardinals have been in very tight games. They've had to play good defense, and they've done a good job. And it just gives your pitchers, whether it's your starting staff or your bullpen, it gives them all the confidence to go after the opposition. We saw it all too often last year where plays weren't made behind guys, and then they tried to strike people out. It just wasn't the staff for it.
Well, Lynn's got to make some pitches now. He's fallen behind 3-1. Hernandez is on deck. Jojo Romero has started to play catch in the Cardinals bullpen. Pitch 91 on the ground. Goldie's got it. Race to the bag. Lynn wins that. He's got the second out of the inning. Big pitch and a 3-1 count. Lance Lynn now 1 out away from 7 complete. Before he does that, let's enjoy a quick word from Rally House.
Play ball, St. Louis. Shop the latest in Cardinals style with your favorite brands and throwback designs. Rally House has gear for every fan.
Terrell Hernandez, the shortstop, is 0 for 2. And is 2 for his last 17. And as Brad may have mentioned earlier, does not yet have a hit against a right-handed pitcher. Let's hope that continues.
Well, I love how Lance in that spot. It was 3-1 and just poured in that sinker at the bottom of the zone, trusted that defense. And the reason that Lance is pitching as deep in this game, he hasn't gone deep into counts. That count there was just the third 3-ball count for Lance Lynn on the evening.
Lance in for a strike. Lance Lynn trying to join Kyle Gibson as the 2 Cardinals starters to pitch 7 complete innings in a game this year. And now he's equaled his season high in pitches at 94.
Another good sinker, pours it in at the bottom of the zone. We've seen him spot that there, spot the cutter on the corner here to Hernandez.
Lynn has the pitch of choice. He's ready with a 2-2. So he has thrown the most pitches of any starter for a Cardinal in a game yet here in 24. And now a payoff pitch. Just a little low. And it's ball 4 to Hernandez. Lynn was walking off the field thinking he earned strike 3. And now he's got Ryan Noda standing in the way.
Well, narrowly misses with the sinker at the bottom of the zone. Well presented behind the plate. Just does not get the call from Ryan Addington.
So Ollie's going to let him face Noda, who's 0 for his last 14. And quickly behind, strike 1 to him.
Yeah, one way or the other, this is going to be Lance's last batter. You've got JoJo Romero. You're not going to let him face the top of the lineup again for the 4th time with the pitch count, the place where it is right now, 98 pitches for Lance.
One ball, 1 strike. Lynn's about to throw 100 pitches. And they have been stressful because the game has been so tight.
Still got some juice, though, doesn't he? 93 right there for his century mark. Pumping in the strikes.
Miles Michaelis, last Cardinal starter to top the century mark in pitches. That was last September 26th. And now Noda requests time. Excuse me, Contreras requests time. But a big time effort tonight from Lance Lynn. He has pitched a beauty. Now he's ready with his 1-2. Popped him up. Contreras has a beat on it. Tosses the mask. Foul ground. He's got it. Lance Lynn with 7 spectacular innings in Oakland. He protects a 3-2 Cardinal lead in Game 2. Man, that was fun to watch. That was quite a pitching performance for Lance Lynn.
7 innings, 101 pitches. Only struck out 1 in this one. Used his defense behind him, was aggressive, got ahead. Love seeing that out of Lance Lynn. That's why you go get a guy like Lance Lynn. Take the ball, get you deep into the game, and a guy that he will fight you, maybe literally, to stay in a baseball game.
So 101 pitches for him tonight. Let's see if the Cards can extend his lead. Ron Herrera is the first. Spence back out for his second inning of work. Herrera has walked and scored to highlight his night. He's trying to keep a hit streak alive at 4 games. As he bats here in the top of the 8th. And it's not to be here as Spence has his second strikeout. 1 up, 1 down. Lars Nootbaar is next. Lars 0 for 2 with a walk. Toro way off the line at third, but even with the bag. If Newt can go the other way. Romero keeps on playing catch in the Cardinals bullpen with Toro, Geloff, and J.J. Bleday. A switch hitter and a left-handed hitter among the first 3 scheduled for the Athletics. Little chopper, that'll bounce foul. Cardinals have already played 4 one-run games this year. They're 1-3 in those affairs. They've played 4 two-run games. So it's been nail-biter time here in the first 3 weeks.
Well, you remember how much of a struggle those one-run games were a year ago for the Cardinals, too. Found themselves on the losing end of that far too often.
There's a strike. Same story for Oakland. They've played 8 one-run games already. They've won 5 of them. Neither offense is in peak form yet. But the Cardinals 1 run better here in game 2 to this point. The pitch is cut on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Spence. And 2 are away for Mason Wynn.
We've seen Spence. He's throwing the sinker, the cutter, the slider. This time it's the bigger curveball to the left-handed Nootbaar to get him. You see why they like the kid and took a shot on him in the Rule 5 draft.
So he's looked good tonight. Kyle Muller has been a revelation for them. Pitching out of the bullpen, a big left-hander with a lot of strikeouts. Mason Miller is a guy that's throwing 103 with ease. Don't want to see him.
Yeah, he can take the series off.
Bunt try by Mason, not a bad idea. And that costs him strike 2. Perfect place for a Rule 5 guy to learn his craft.
Yeah, I would agree. Give you plenty of rope, plenty of opportunities.
Ouch! I got the catcher McCann.
You know that Mark Kotze expects it to be a better year than 2023. That found him going 50 and 112. But I mean, it's a far cry from, I wouldn't think, competing for the division. Crazier things have happened, I guess. But Spence is gonna get a chance to be a part of this.
Well, they're 7-10, but a game and a half out of first, so they can dream.
Weird how it works, right?
Rangers and Angels tied atop the division at the start of games today. Cardinals began play 3 games behind the Brewers and Pirates. A win tonight evens our record at 9-9 with 1 more tomorrow afternoon. The pitch. Whoa! Can't miss up there. That was close.
Look at his face, though. Look at the calmness there of Mason Wynn. So buzzes the tower here with 94 up at the shoulder. There's a very good chance he's going to go right back to the cutter away. That was a cutter there, by the way, that just snuck out of his hand. But he's going to be looking down and away here. Can Mason look down there?
He did, and it stuck in the glove of McCann, and that retires the side. Spence just struck out the side in the 8th. JoJo Romero is on with a 3-2 lead in the 8th inning. Cardinals baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Dear Adventure, ready when you are. Toyota, let's go places. And by Budweiser, this Bud's for you. Matt Thompson, Jim Hayes, Chip Carey. The Cardinals laying anchor at Oakland. They won last night. We're winning tonight 3-2. Lance Lynn, 7 great innings. Now the bullpen in play. It's JoJo Romero at the top of the Athletics order with a 3-2 score.
JoJo was in the ball game last night, gave up a run, gave up the first home run in 36 2/3 innings pitched for your Chevy call to the bullpen, JoJo Romero.
On the ground, Arenado, backhand stab, long throw, and got his man by a stride. Good start to the 8th, 1 out.
Love Nolan Arenado, the way that he knows how much time he has. He knows his hitters. He knows the speed. He knows if he could take an extra step and gather himself. Perfect throw there to Goldie.
Cardinals have gotten 8 outs on the ground, and really for Lance Lynn, his game plan changed early in the game. A ton of flyouts in his last 2 or 3 innings. Really started to get that sinker working. He got outs quickly and early in the count.
And to your point, that's what veterans do. You mix it up the second, third time around. He was riding the 4-seam cutters at the top of the zone, then started working the sinkers at the bottom.
Zach Geloff, 1 flyout, 2 groundouts in an 0-for-3 game. The A's youthful second baseman. That one didn't come back. 2 balls and a strike. Looks like Andrew Kittredge is starting to play catch in the Cardinals bullpen. Romero facing the second of 3 required batters. Popped up right side, headed for the Cardinals dugout. Romero has struck out 8 men in his last 5 outings. He's got Geloff set up here. On the ground again. Arenado, tricky hop, backpedal, scoops and fires. 2 outs. Have yourself a birthday, Nolan Arenado. He's made all the plays at third, and he's got a couple of hits.
He's staying ready over there. The quick feet, retreats, gets the hop that he wants, and makes the good throw across the diamond.
So Bladé won't bat here. It's Esteury Ruiz who hit a mammoth home run. This is the matchup from last night.
Yeah, jumped on the first pitch that he saw, and it was a no-doubter for sure.
Ruiz brought back from Las Vegas when J.D. Davis went to the IL yesterday. And that pushed him off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes.
They sent down Esteury Ruiz, saying they wanted him to work on his power. Wanted to work on some of the batted ball, exit velocity. Came back and did that.
Yeah,
pretty quickly.
Quick learner. Second stint with the A's. First career pinch hit homer and the first pinch hit homer for Oakland on the year last night. And he was trying to do the same there, but it sunk out of sight, even count. At AAA, this kid, 326, 3 homers, 8 RBIs. He scored 6 runs. He led the American League in steals. Set a AL record, 67 of them last year.
How about that list right there? Kenny Lofton, Ichiro Suzuki, and Pat Listash.
Yep.
And I mean, really, looking at the numbers on the year, probably should not have been sent down in the first place.
Contreras took some more punishment. Again, the Cardinals very careful and pay close attention to that left hand. Remember, Wilson got hit on the hand, a pitched ball in San Diego.
Yeah, just every once in a while, one will catch him in the glove awkwardly and put pressure in that area. It gets that stinger. They're testing that strength all the way up the forearm.
He says he's all right to continue. One more note on Ruiz. The other 3 men on that list we showed you with the American League rookie steals records. Kenny Lofton was second in Rookie of the Year voting. Ichiro won it. Pat Listash won it. Ruiz got 0 votes for Rookie of the Year.
It's crazy.
2 balls and a strike for him here with 2 outs in the 8th. And he is trying to lift and separate everything. 2-2. He's got him from Milwaukee. And Ruiz takes his timeout. JoJo ready with his 2-2. He heated him up and ends the inning. Revenge is sweet for JoJo Romero. Nothing doing in the Oakland 8th. The Cards look for some 9th inning insurance. Well, we've seen a little bit of Whitey ball offensively for the Cardinals in tonight's game. A couple of walks, a steal, and a ground out. Scored the first run. 2 sac flies. Scored the final 2 runs tonight for St. Louis. That and excellent starting and relief pitching adds up to a 3-2 lead after 8.
Really is an incredible number. 3,036 stolen bases for him. A guy that can steal a lot of bases here. A guy that can lay down some bunts as well. He's up there looking to swing it.
Victor made his presence felt. First pitch after he entered the game in center, he made a diving catch in support of Lance Lynn. Spence has been impressive. He has struck out 4 Cardinals in 2 scoreless innings. And 3 pitches retires Victor in the Cardinals' 9th. 1 up, 1 down. Here comes Michael Ciani. Let's enjoy a quick word from BOS.
Is your bank making things confusing? Switch to BOS. We make financial matters easy to understand. BOS. Bank boldly.
Let's not forget the sacrifice Ciani laid down in the Cardinals' 3rd. That led to the first St. Louis run. This one hit to short, and the flip to first is in time. 2 outs. So Spence pitching impressively. They've got Paul Blackburn lying in wait for game 3. Steven Matz for the Cardinals. So he's saving their bullpen tonight. Lance Lynn saved our bullpen with 7 innings in his start tonight.
And as you mentioned with Lance Lynn, I think the most impressive part of it, a guy that can get a lot of swing and miss and a lot of strikeouts, only struck out 1 in his 7 innings of work. Used that defense, used some of that aggressiveness of the A's against them.
Back to the mound. Boy, Spence was really impressive in 3 scoreless innings. So the Cardinals go to the 9th inning. Ryan Helsley will try to save it for Lance Lynn. The Birds lead at 3-2. There's not a baseball game that Whitey Herzog did not enjoy, but I think, Brad, as we've said a couple of times tonight, this type of game sort of symbolized the way many of his Cardinals teams played in the 80s when he skippered St. Louis. Manufacturing offense.
Yeah, been some small ball, been some speed, and what a career it was for Whitey Herzog, a World Series champion, pennant winners 2 other years, the manager of the year in '85. And the number 24 retired. The Hall of Famer Whitey Herzog.
And our sympathies go out to Whitey's entire family and Cardinal Nation as well. He will be missed. Ryan Helsley having a few pitch comm problems, it appears. And he'll get a new hearing device. 6 out of 7 in saves. He answers the Chevy goal to the bullpen. Lynn went 7, gave up 2 runs. Jojo Romero a perfect 8th inning of relief, and now Helsley facing the 4, 5, 6 batters for Oakland.
Well, picked up save number 6 last night in the ball game, and it's so highly effective. Look back to just his last 3 games, 3 innings, 6 strikeouts for Ryan Helsley.
First pitch caught on and fouled away for a strike to Seth Brown, who's been a pest. He's got 2 hits. In fact, he has 2 of Oakland's 5 in the game. Last night, Helsley faced the 2, 3, 4 batters for Mark Kotze's club. And he's quickly ahead, 2 sliders, 0-2.
Talk about this all the time with Ryan Helsley. You think about him, you're looking at the scouting report, you see that he throws 100 and then he drops those in on you on the first couple. Now the wheels are really turning. He could go 100 upstairs, he could throw another breaking ball in the dirt, or 102 down. Go something extra.
1-2. That's an encouraging stat. Helsley trying to make that number 9-0. And that one spun out of his hand. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nevin and Butler scheduled to follow for Oakland. Popped him up. Right at third base, Nolan Arenado now backpedaling. He staggers but makes the play for out number 1. So there's the first out for Lance Lynn, who pitched 7 brilliant innings tonight.
I really did. 7 strong, only gave up 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. I mean, really utilized that defense behind him, used his 3 different fastballs, the sinker, the 4-seam, and the cutter so well, and just kept this offense off balance of the A's.
So the Cardinals are 2 outs away from a series win. Tyler Nevin is next. He singled and scored Oakland's first run tonight. That was the infield hit. Great play by Mason Wynn to keep it on the infield, but he scrambled to his feet, hurried his throw, and threw it wide of first. Nevin came home to score on a McCann hit. Helsley's one of 5 Cardinals relievers with 6 or more saves in the first 17 games. Trevor Rosenthal, Jason Isringhausen, Lee Smith, and Bruce Sutter turned that trick.
Basically the who's who.
You got it. Let's see what the what's what is on a 2-1 count. It buzzed the tower. 3-1. Don't want to give him any hope. What a pitch.
3-1.
Yeah.
Slider down and away with the guy that throws 100. No wonder Nevin wasn't looking for it.
Do that again if you can. Full count. Nub towards short. Big hop for Wynn and a perfect throw. What a comeback for Helsley from a 3-1 count. And now the Cardinals are an out away. Lawrence Butler, the final hope. So Ali and his staff hoping to get to 9-9. Mark Kotze's club in an offensive funk again. 2 or fewer runs in 5 of their last 6 games. Helsley trying to make that 6 of their last 7. Butler was robbed by Victor Scott his last time up. And it's somewhat apropos that, again, as we remember Whitey Herzog, he managed 498 one-run games as the Cardinals manager and won 268 of them. It's a .538 win percentage. And that's what we've got here with the Cards and A's tonight. And Powder River, 2 balls and a strike. Don't want to walk this guy, especially because McCann is waiting on deck, and he's already hit a homer tonight. Again, slider on 3-1. It just disappeared.
You get that swing, too, because you're thinking fastball. It looks like a heater right out of the hands of Helsley. It just disappears right under the swing there of Butler.
One more strike to get on the West Coast tonight. He got him. Helsley seals the deal. The Cardinals have beaten the A's 3-2, your final score. Unbelievably great pitching again, the story tonight.
Lance Lynn was incredible. The Cardinals manufactured just enough. The bullpen shut it down, and a great day for a Cardinal victory in remembering the passing of Whitey Herzog, the Hall of Famer.
Whitey, this one was for you tonight. 3-2, the Cardinals win it. Lance Lynn, the victor. Ryan Helsley picks up the save, and we've won the series already in Oakland and go for the sweep tomorrow afternoon. Plenty of great things to talk about on Cardinals Live postgame. Alexa and Al will have that for you. For Brad Thompson and our crew, Chip Carey saying good night. We'll see you tomorrow from Oakland Coliseum.